Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today we have some Scum on Scum action with Ben versus Wes on the table. But joining me for this Scum off is our recent convert to Scum because of the Mandos. We have...
James, here for a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Indeed, that is what we have. And it's some fun lists on the board. So let's have a quick go through them before they start just destroying each other too quickly. So on the left, we've got Ben. He is running a 4-build Scum list with Dengar in the Jumpmaster with Punishing One, Contraband Cybernetics, Greedo, and Notorious. He also has Bossk in the YV666 with Contraband Cybernetics, Gar Saxon, Novice Technician, Lando, Calrissian, and Marksmanship. We have 2 rogues with Cad Bane, with Xanadu Blood, Electronic Baffle, Heavy Laser Cannon, and Ion Cannon, and rounding the list off, Viktor Hel, who I absolutely love, with Heavy Laser Cannon and Ion Cannon.
It's a list we've seen before, but it's a lot of fun. There's some interesting little interactions there.
Yes, it is a cool list.
Is going up against Wes with his own 5-ship Scum list. Wes is running Kavil in the Y-Wing with Thermal Detonators and a Dorsal Turret. Serasu in the M3A Interceptor with Heavy Laser Cannon, Elusive and Predator. Bossk not in his big ship like Ben has, he's got it in the little Z95 Headhunter with Marksmanship and Expert Handling. Also got Padric, who is one I've never seen before, I had to check what he does. He's also in a Y-Wing with Seismic Charges, Dorsal Turret and Pattern Analyzer. And rounding out Wes's list is Palob Godalhi, something like that.
Godalhi?
It's just Palob. In the Hawk with the Moldy Crow title, Proton Bombs, his own Lando crew, and Deadeye Shot.
Awesome. 2 really fun lists. Gonna have a go at each other. I'm not gonna lie, I love that Hawk. I love that Y-Wing. Those paint jobs. In fact, I mentioned to Wes when he was setting this list up that he had all of the new paint jobs on those. He's got the new M3A and the new Z95 as well. And he said part of the reason he wrote this list was because they all had that really cool, like, black paint scheme to them.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even a list isn't good. Rule of cool will always win the hearts and minds. So, but as well, I just want to point out the Z95. I've recently come up against the clone ones, and the Headhunter just feels so tiny in comparison when you see the clone Z95.
Right? They've got massive wingspans.
Yeah, they are so just ginormous. It's crazy. I think I prefer them that way. Like,
you prefer them with the wider wingspan?
Yeah, then again, I'm a big fan of like K-Wings and Arcs, so I quite like that wide.
I have with the wider wingspan is that they go significantly over the base, so trying to fly them in formation gets a bit fiddly at times.
That's where magnetizing them comes in, so that you can also put them at a jaunty angle.
But when your opponent's flying them and they haven't magnetized it, it's like, yeah, just take them off the base for a bit.
Yeah, that is a bit annoying.
Ooh, seriously? Oh dear, that's an early probable mistake from Wes. No damage, fortunately.
That's more annoying when you bump your own ship, but luckily no damage for Serasu. And in turn 1, probably not going to be too bad because it's highly unlikely you're going to get shots off in turn 1 unless you've been incredibly aggressive, which neither player had yet.
Losing 1 health on a 4 health ship without even being shot at is not a great situation. That could have happened. Fortunately, didn't for Wes.
It's not a tactic I would suggest to anyone, to be honest. Unless you're flying Wolf Waro, who does like having early damage just so he can be angry Wookiee.
Yeah,
but generally...
Not why to upset that particular Wookiee.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, we've seen Ben's list before and it's done quite well. But Wes's list is going to be an interesting one.
I mean,
5 ships.
Kavil is a monster at times.
Yeah.
Plus the thermal
I mean-
detonators. Palob is such a pain to go up against as well, because he just takes your modifications. You're basically stuck just target locking him.
I mean, Palob is going to be really good fun, especially if he goes in at Dengar and just steals any focuses he has, because Dengar has the ability to double tap. So it's almost like, oh, well, you can double tap, but it's not really going to be worth it for you because I've stolen your modifications.
I like that Wes also has Lando on Palob, because Palob goes, I'm going to steal your green tokens, and then Lando goes, oh, I've got a green token to spend to re-roll my dice.
Yeah. And because he's got Moldy Crow, he just keeps hold of more green tokens.
Yeah, he's just a thief, isn't he? Very Scum.
Yeah, very Scum, very, very nasty. And I think a really good pilot for the Hawk, especially with the most recent points update where you can't obviously have the ridiculous Kanan.
The Kanan combo was a lot.
Yeah. So it's making other Hawks seem more viable now, which is good. And there's some really good ones in there. But looks like we are going to target Dengar. And having played this list, I agree. Dengar is horrible. If he's allowed to live too long. Like I6 with Greedo, oof, nasty.
There's a lot of threats on Ben's team, but Dengar is definitely the number one threat, I think.
Yeah, and I would say closely followed by Bossk, because his damage output can be insane, especially if he's able to trigger Gar Saxon and gets 4 dice and gets one of those as a crit and gets them all through. He's potentially putting 5 damage through with his ability.
That's what I quite like with Ben's setup, having Bossk and Dengar on complete opposite sides of the board. It's like both of these are the big threats. You're going to really want to focus down one of them. Pick your poison. Like if you go for Dengar, Bossk is going to get a clean run at all of your ships with his massive 180 arc. If you go for Bossk, Dengar's going to swoop in from behind and go, I'm just going to keep shooting at you with my strong attack.
Yeah, and not only that, having both the rogues with Bossk as well almost makes him seem less like a good target because there's so many more guns there. I mean, this is the second game we've seen this list on, and both of Ben's opponents have gone straight for Dengar, so possibly it could be the rogues have distracted them as well, but we shall see how that actually pans out. But yeah, Kavil is going to be a beast when he gets involved as well with his Dorsal Turret. He's just got a ridiculous ability.
I do like that Wes has several different devices across his list. He's got the thermal detonators, the seismic charges, and the proton bombs, which can all trigger Padric's ability of handing out strain tokens when those devices go off.
I was just about to ask you what Padric did, because although he's in my collection, I've never used him.
So after a friendly device that you have locked detonates, so a bit more planning ahead, I guess. Each enemy ship at range 0 to 1 of that device gains 1 strain token. It's only enemy ships that gain the strain as well.
Ooh. I mean, that's pretty good.
I guess the only thing to really make a note of with that is that the seismic charges, like Padric's ability, we go off of where the seismic charges, not the obstacle that gets destroyed, is.
Yes, that is worth noting. So if you're looking to almost extend, like seismic charges, because you almost extend the potential damage output with that.
Yeah, also sometimes, here on the board, if you get it between those 2 rocks towards the sort of top middle, basically who is that? Is that Padric himself?
That is Padric up there, yeah.
If you put the bomb where his Y-wing currently sits on the camera, you've got a choice of where your bomb blows up.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely in range of both of them.
Yeah, and I do I always have it all depends on the points I've got available, but I tend to like Seismic Charges or Thermal Detonators. They're my two sort of go-to devices, to be honest. I do always sometimes think it'd be nice to have mines and like get a really good like drop and bang with them straight away, but Thermal Detonators and Seismics are always good fun.
Yeah, the price to pay for mines is maybe a bit high at the moment.
Yeah. I think the difference, obviously, with them is that they have more...
Yeah, they are significantly easier to use, but every time I see devices at the moment, it's like, is it a mine? No, it's a bomb. Of course it's a bomb.
Yeah, again, they are easier to use, I think.
What range does Dengar have? I think it might just be in 2.
Yeah, that's range 2. Dengar into Serasu there.
They might... I mean, I don't really know why you would go for Bossk here. He's only worth 2 points.
He's very low pointed.
For the same amount of health, you can try and do some damage into Serasu, who's worth double.
Yeah. And Serasu is actually going to be quite a good one to take out because her ability, while a friendly ship at range 0 to 1 defense, it may reroll one of its dice.
Yeah, any support ship is worth taking out.
Yeah.
Especially when Wesley's list doesn't really have any huge guns on. Like, okay, Kavil gets her ability to up the dorsal turret, but it's not as threatening as Dengar or Bossk kind of thing.
No. I mean, Bossk and the Z95 is, for 2 points, is fantastic for what those points. And still has the same ability. Oh, so it looks like we are going for Bossk. So
pointing out Serasu's ability, maybe?
yes, there we go. And he's just double checking it himself, which is always good. I think he forgot the Serasu card. Good job, he's got Serasu there because that's only 1 evade.
1 reroll. Ooh. Well, is it 1 damage?
Yeah, it's 1 damage. It's not half points, so that's fine. And again, going into Bossk, we could say potentially not the best spot. Looks like Greedo was triggered there, but they didn't change the dice because it was only into shield, so it's not going to matter. Greedo obviously turning 1 hit into a crit. If that charge is active, the attacker can then turn 1 of theirs into a crit. So having it on an I6 is always... I6 and I5s are a nice place to have Greedo because it's likely they're going to shoot first, so you're not going to suffer the penalty for that.
Yes.
And it's so cheap as well, Greedo. I
Well,
think because
that is the trade-off. Like, if you don't get Greedo to happen, then he's a detriment to you.
Yeah. I mean, with the Jump Master, it's quite likely you're going to get it to happen because you could essentially give yourself a 180 arc with the Punisher 1 giving you the forward and side arc.
Ooh, it's a decent
that looks like Serasu going into Dengar, 2 shields down. Oh no, that was into... Was that into Kavil? Was that within range? Oh yeah, it was Kavil just in range, and then he's just spotted Kavil's ability and thought, oh, I could have gone for Cad instead. But you know what?
Okay.
If you can focus down Dengar, I would. I mean, 2 shields down, that's pretty solid. Saving Dengar's double tap ability though.
Yeah, does Dengar... Yeah, has to shoot against the attacker, so he's presumably buying his time for, I guess, probably Bossk, if that's who he shot at earlier.
Yeah, maybe see if he can keep the damage going in, but that is another shield and another damage on Dengar. He's not having a great day over there.
No, I mean, as much as a threat Dengar is offensively, there's not a lot on defense for him.
No, he's only obviously got 2 evade dice as well, so more big hits coming in, and that is 2 what, and obviously Palob stealing that focus has really hurt Dengar there, and it's half points already. But Notorious trigger, so triggering the strain onto Bossk and then doing the double tap. Again, really powerful. Two crits.
Notorious with Dengar's ability to then shoot. I mean, look at that. Just mean. Is that 3 crits? No, that's
2 crits and a focus.
So 2 crits, rolling 1 less evade die.
Throwing it at his ship. He would have.
Depending on the crits, he can live. He might be limping a bit, but
the ideal would be to get an evade and only take a shield. Like that. So half points on Bossk and not actually taking the crit. I'm not 100% sure if Bossk was the right choice there. Maybe worried about his ability.
Worried about Bossk and his ability to change crits to hit. I mean, he does have marksmanship, which is nice on Bossk.
Yeah.
But
I mean, personally, I think that Serissu would have been a better target because of her ability is so helpful.
To be honest, I know it's a little further away, but I think all of Dengar's targets were range 2 as it is. I think I probably would have gone for Palob. He's such a nuisance stealing those tokens that you really want on a lot of your ships.
I was about to say Palob would have been a good choice as well. That is some damage going in on to, I think it was Padric. Yeah, Padric. And Cad spending his charge to say, I don't like this stress, how about you have it? So Scum don't always steal things from you, but when they do give you stuff, it's not stuff you want.
Yeah, it's not a beneficial trade.
Oh, and another heavy laser cannon into...
I do like heavy laser cannon.
Yeah. I mean, this is a different build to what I would normally run. I don't tend to run heavy laser cannons on my rogues. I'm a big fan of the proton cannon because that's just...
Looking at the rogue fighter, their dead to right ability can really just shut down Palob. Maybe that's what Ben is sort of banking on. Like, okay, Dengar can take out the others, and I'll rely on these two later on to try and power through the many tokens that Palob will have.
Yeah, that it is really handy because for those who haven't seen Dead to Rights on either the Kimagila or the Scum rogues and the non-droid separatist rogues, whilst you are performing an attack in the bullseye, the defender cannot spend green tokens to modify their dice.
And that's just an attack. It doesn't have to be primary. It can be secondary.
Yeah. So there's the Gar Saxon trigger from that stress that Cad gave to Padric, which got 3 hits and 2 crits on from Bossk, and he turned one of those crits into 2 hits. That's 5. I said that's a possibility. That's a Padric gone. Ouch.
I mean, that is like the dream role for Ben.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what can you say? It's a strong combination.
Yeah. I mean, and that all stemmed from Cad passing that stress over to Padric, and then Gar Saxon spending it and going, here you go, Bossk. Charge your guns up a little bit higher. So good. And
he pulled off a 2-ship combo. I think for that level of flying, you deserve a kill, or at least a lot of damage.
Yeah, or at least a severely weakened ship. So, I mean, 3 ships obviously took the shots in there, but 2 evades there. And that was Palob into Dengar. Still a lot of damage on Dengar there. And triggering Notorious.
Oh, right, yeah, Notorious has a couple of charges, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 charges, obviously 1 recurring. So, big turn there. A lot of damage on Dengar. He is hurting. Fortunately, no crits. Padric is down, which could be quite decisive later on in the game. Less guns to bear. But it is 5-4 at the moment in Ben's favour. So, not too bad. Still very close. But we've got Bossk to actually move further in, although he's not got the greatest of paths there with that tiny little obstacle right in front of him.
The unfortunate thing is that Ben has Bossk, Cad, and Viktor all at initiative 4. So who is that in the way? Is it Cad?
So that is Viktor right there.
Viktor can move out of the way, and Bossk can probably just do a 1 bank.
Yeah. It's nice when you've got the 4s, but we have some thermal debts. Ooh, anticipating some fast manoeuvres.
Yeah. Well, how fast is their K-turn on a rogue?
5.
5? Yeah, I guess if Cad has done that, they would probably get caught.
I'm not sure if they would be doing the 5k turns though. It doesn't seem with where the ships are pointing, a K-turn doesn't feel.
Yeah, I don't know if I would drop both, to be honest. I think maybe one on the off chance that they do the K-turn, but yeah.
Absolutely.
See.
But we were mentioning Cad and Viktor's ship ability dead to rights earlier, and as I say, my preferred combo with them, which I think is a fairly common one, is proton cannons and marksmanship. Because that is very rude, because proton cannon, you spend the 2 charges, you have 4 dice, and then you can turn a focus into a crit. And then you've got marksmanship to turn another one into a crit. And because it's in your bullseye, dead to rights is on, so they can't spend green tokens.
Yes, although sometimes ion cannons can be very helpful. So
True, there is that. So, but it's always, that's why it's nice to see how other people fly them with different builds.
Are cheaper, which would let you take some other stuff. But you know what? If that's what Ben likes to fly, then go for it.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing with the ion cannon, like proton cannon, obviously limits you to.
Palob has turned his gun to the rear.
Interesting.
Because he's hoping that Dengar is just gonna hop over him. Although I guess with the title he has a front arc still, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he does have the.
Oh, that still does it. Yeah, you get a in the front arc of value 3. Cool.
So he's covering both options, whether Dengar is in the front or in the back. He is covered both ways. So. Ooh. Okay, I think one of those thermals might just clip Cad there. It's very close.
It's close. I think he's okay though.
Yeah. But I mean, I like that boost because his heavy laser cannon is definitely now on if he wants to focus on Palob.
Yeah, he's only pointing towards most of Wes's lists.
Yeah. But yeah, we said ion cannon, one of the advantages of that is it's not bullseye. So if you are thinking, oh, I just need to try and squeak 1 damage through, and if I ion, that's fun. That's where ion cannons do become quite good.
Yeah, I guess the heavy laser cannon ion cannon combo is like, if I've got you in the bullseye, you're taking a lot of damage. If not, I'll try and ion you. Because normally the gun is, what, 2 die gun? Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
So,
and then,
yeah, I can see that as kind of a backup.
And then if it's at range 1, they'll just take the primary anyway.
Well, yeah.
So they kind of guarantee themselves a 3 or 4 dice shot. Bit of a box here that Dengar has to try and get himself out of, and I don't think he's going to be able to.
No, I feel like there might be some bumping going on.
I mean, we've still got Kavil to move, and if Kavil just comes up nicely behind Palob, then Dengar is not really going anywhere.
What maneuvers does Dengar have? He's got the 4K, which might jump over. The 3 sloop, I think that would be risky, unless he thought Palob was going to go faster.
Yeah. Ooh.
I definitely feel like Dengar either wants to go slow or do some kind of turning around maneuver.
I mean, if he does pull off the 4K, that would be lovely because he would be out of Serissu Bossk's arc. He'd only be caught by Palob in the turret arc, and then he's just got a free shot back. Combine that with Cad and Viktor, who should have range 3 bullseye onto Palob. Bossk will only have...
Viktor has range.
Cad
definitely has a good
Cad
range.
definitely has. But I mean, if you have just Cad and Dengar into Palob, then you've got Viktor and Bossk into Kavil, and that's 2 big pieces there that he can look to try and take out. Where is Serissu?
Oh, it's a 3. Is that a K-turn? Is that what you can do? Could be a K-turn, which feels like a pretty good move.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I like that.
The ships that have like a short K-turn can be a lot of fun.
What I kind of like now is that there's a really limited amount of space for Dengar to move slow. He will most likely bump into Serissu, which gives Palob and Bossk even better shot. Oh, he's definitely not fit that.
Yeah, I think that is the sloop as well.
But he has triggered.
Put down. I think he just wants to check if the K-turn would have fit, which it does. But he tried the other one.
But he did flip Contraband, so he will still.
Okay. Well, actually, no. I guess that's a waste of Contraband, isn't it? Because you still bump and get no action.
You can still take the focus though. So it's not the most ideal.
Double stressed though for a focus that Palob's just going to nick anyway.
Yeah, it's not the most ideal focus in like action in the world, and double stress.
Serissu.
Yeah, he didn't have enough room to get past Serissu to bump into Palob. So that actually,
I think in that situation you kind of need to maybe slow down a bit and go, okay, do I need to trigger Contraband? Am I going to make this move? No. And consider the Palobs there, I guess.
it looks like the thermals are clear misses this time, but oh no, one of them did catch Cad.
Oh, okay.
And gets a strain.
No, Padric died. Oh, sorry, this is the regular thermal.
So regular thermal detonator. So focus, you get a strain token. And obviously, annoyingly, most of the bomb cards don't tell you what they do, which is a shame.
Yeah, I was just looking at it on the list builder I've got open. It's like, oh, here's the thing. Oh, let's just say you throw them out.
Yeah, I'm quite lucky. I've got the.
Actually, it's down there, isn't it? There you go.
I've got the oversized card bits, which actually have what all the bombs do, which is super handy.
Yeah, I think the newer alt art cards for the bombs do say what they do, which is great.
Just why not have it? Oh, stole Cad's focus instead. Interesting.
Is that even an option?
It's the rear arc.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, okay.
At the start of the engagement phase, you may choose one enemy ship in your firing arc at range 0 to 2.
In terms of defense, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that's a good attack, though.
That is a very good attack. Who's that going into?
I believe that's into Palob. 2 hits and 2 crit.
I think this is the turn to try and do a number on Palob.
Well, Serissu is at range 0 to 1.
True, gets a reroll.
Yeah. Just double checking all his cards to see if there's anything else.
Yeah, so if you're ever unsure if you can do a thing, just take a moment to check.
Yeah. And also, if you're unsure of how something works on your opponent's list, perfect. Spend the focus.
Yeah, ask if you're unsure about something your opponent does.
Yeah, always ask.
And it is a tournament, just call a judge over and say, what does that do?
Yeah. I mean, I've never had an issue where I've sort of said, oh, what does that do again?
I'm always like, okay, here's what I've got. Any questions about any of it, or do you want me to run through the whole thing? I will run through the whole thing.
And I always take a moment to have a look at someone else's list as well, just to familiarise myself and go, right, okay, you've got that. I kind of know what that one does.
I mean, for a while I could keep on top of all the pilots, but now there are too many for me to keep track of.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, because I still remember every Pokemon.
Hey, that's normal. That's absolutely fine.
Oh, yeah.
That was a very good shot.
Big one from Cad?
Dorsal turret from Kavil into Cad. Yeah.
Nice. Damage
nice. Not bad.
Is that one is you can only take the focus action?
Yes.
Palob likes that crit on opponents.
Yes. Palob's like, oh, thank you very much.
I mean, I'm on 3 Hel, but I'll take that.
That is heavy.
And it wasn't 3.
Yeah. And Serasu again coming in clutch.
Yeah, Serasu's rerolling. Like anything that modifies defense dice feels a lot stronger than modifying attack dice at times.
I think you're going to use it more often. Because obviously attack dice says 4 different results, whereas defense there's only 3.
Also, a lot of the attack dice stuff, like marksmanship in this game, you need the bullseye for. The only thing that really seems to be a trigger for defense is like range.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good.
Another very big hit.
Yeah.
Oh, Serasu. Oh, if this is a focus, it's an evade, which is even better. Spends the focus for 3. I mean, he's out of tokens, but
he shouldn't have been able to spend the focus.
Why not?
Dead to rights.
Oh.
That focus should not have been spent. So that was 2 dead to rights. So I mean, Palob should have been dead. Yeah. Don't get excited when the dice are really good. You've got to make sure that's good as well.
And that still might do it.
So that is actually into Kavil because Bossk can't reach. But that is
into Kavil though.
Yeah, 3 damage in there.
I reckon, because I think that means Palob has survived, right?
Palob has survived for now. It depends.
We're going to see quite a few bombs here from Wes.
Yeah. What I'm concerned about now is if Dengar survives Bossk's shots.
2 health, range 1. I don't think he has marksmanship on this.
No, he doesn't quite have marksmanship.
Be good. What's the other green die?
Oh no, Dengar goes down, which is a shame.
We said that. Oh, why is Dengar shooting at Lil Bossk? He's not a threat, and now Bossk has got the killing blow. So
yeah,
what a win!
Bossk is going to be able to trigger his second attack back into. Sorry, Dengar back into Bossk.
He does get a dying shot. So
yeah, but it's a shame. I was kind of hoping for Ben that Dengar would survive that and then be able to take out Palob with the retaliation shot.
He did take what 3 ships on?
Yes.
Like for almost any ship, that is tricky.
Yeah, and that's not Bossk dead. I'll fix the overlay in a moment, but that is a crit on Bossk, which is stunned pilots.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad. I mean, I think that not the best trade there, but looking back, Dead to Rights was a missed trigger, so Palob.
Yeah, Palob should really be gone, but
Yeah,
he's low on health. Whilst Dengar is down, the rest of Ben's list is pretty healthy. Cad's taking a decent chunk from Kavil, but Kavil himself is hurt. Bossk is limping.
and only Seismic.
Yeah, it's Seismic, who we were saying, like, oh, maybe take it out them first, but...
Yeah. So, going into turn 3, it's now 10 points to 9 in Wes's favour. But while we're waiting for those dials to go down, just want to remind you guys, if you do like what we're doing here at Out of Art Gaming, you can support us on Patreon. The link is in the description below. You'll get regular updates of what we have going on, including you will get first access to all of the lists for Flight Academy Season 5, which is going up September time. We're going to start recording early September, hopefully have some games by the end of September, but you'll be able to see the list first there. And you can also tell us as well, if you go for our top tier, what ships you want to see us fly on the board. So if you like what we're doing here and want to get early access to stuff, Patreon is the place to go.
Here's the bombs.
So
My
that
team's
is,
done a very good job of keeping Seismic close to their allies.
yeah. Saras's ability is great because there's no limit to it. It's not once per turn.
I suppose it's not like a number of charges that recur. It's just a flat, no, you just do this whenever it triggers.
Yeah. I mean, normally you'd expect that to be a charge-based mechanic, but it is good. Oh, so we've got 2 thermals and the proton bomb.
You do not want to be there.
No, and I think that Viktor's is likely to not have a very good time coming up. I think Cad
It depends
might.
if Ben has looked at the board and gone, oh, there's going to be bombs there, I will just go slow for this turn. Or maybe turn away from it.
I honestly think it's going to be very hard for
Slow can they go?
Viktor to avoid them.
Oh, they can either
Okay.
go forward or a 1 bank. Or a 1 sharp, actually. That would be safe, but then you kind of don't have a shot. Bossk is okay because he can just do a stop. There's no way he's got an easy way to avoid those bombs. Although with flying away from the bombs, Wes does open up the opportunity for Ben to get 2 points from the central objective.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the option of just swinging Kavil round hard right past that gas cloud, and he should still be within range 2 because chance engagement is a bigger window to score it.
True.
Oh, that
What
is
the?
gonna. I don't know. He might be able to fit that boost. No, I don't think he'd fit the boost in. Not a boost. A boost forward, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like you boost to the side and sort of go up near Kavil.
I'm wondering if he might make that, but I'm wondering how
I
close
feel
it
like a
could be to
straight
clipping.
You risk still being in range of the proton bomb.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he would clip that gas cloud there.
No, I think he'd be alright. Then again, do you just boost straight into Seismic and take a shot?
Yeah. I mean, your spatial awareness is better than me.
Is he just staying there?
He is staying there. He's just repaired the damage sensor array. He's just gonna.
Of course, he can only focus.
Oh wow! Yes, you are right. Oh, that's brilliant bombs there from Wes. Perfectly placed.
Yeah, I hadn't considered. But oh no, he can't even reposition. He's got that crit.
Ignore everything we were saying earlier, guys.
If he could have boosted or barrel rolled, then maybe he should have, but he couldn't.
Yeah, if he could have boosted, I think he would have gotten out of it.
And you're right. Yeah, Viktor not gone slow enough. I don't.
He's
really
got nothing
barrel
to.
roll helps him much. If he barrels like to the side and back, he might escape the proton bomb.
It'll be tough, and he's going to fail
Yeah, that's not gonna
a
fit.
barrel roll that way. So is that a focus to? Is that barrel roll to red focus?
I think it
Or
has to
focus to red
be
barrel roll?
something to a focus for them, isn't it? Yeah, red focus.
Always. Yeah.
Bossk. Just the one forward. It's a big base, so yeah, it does move a little bit more than usual.
And he's well out of range, so Bossk is
Bossk
fine.
is okay, I think the rogues are in a bit of trouble though.
Yeah, especially with Cad only having 3 health left, he's going to take a crit.
Might
So
get bombs. Might not even get to shoot.
I mean, I'm looking at the bombs, and obviously you decide which order to trigger them. I'm thinking, do you trigger the thermals to see if you can get Victor's shields down, and then trigger the proton?
Yeah, I guess that would be the best way to do it.
I mean, you're guaranteed a crit on Cad regardless. So I think, yeah, do the thermals, see if you can strip those shields off Victor, then get that crit in. Boss is dead.
If he is close enough, then yes.
He's at range 1 of that proton. Easily at range 1.
I don't think that's going to help.
I don't think barrel rolling back is going to help much at all either.
No.
No.
Yeah, I think it's worth the distance, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if it was like the version 1 barrel roll, maybe, but not version 2 barrel.
He's at like 45 degree to the bomb. Moving that way, I think he is just the same distance. The difference is very small, if any.
Yeah, if he'd have had Dead Man Switch, I'd have said just stay there and just stay there.
That's right. Notorious just landed in the middle of all of the bombs.
Oh yeah. Oh, only the one bank from Kavil. I was expecting.
I guess that. I don't know. It might not actually be close enough to the middle.
Yeah, it's very close.
I guess he's very cautious about hitting the cloud.
I think the hard would have been fine, but...
Oh, it would have, but I can understand being cautious.
Oh, he shouldn't have barrel rolled Bossk.
No.
He
once again bumped his friend. His friend? Where's Sarasu?
Her.
I'll go with just neutral.
Well, I don't. Everyone always refers to Sarasu as a her, to be honest, and there is a shield gone there.
And presumably a crit.
Will be a crit now, so...
So Palob surviving because of Forgotten Dead to Rights has done a lot of damage to 4 ships.
Yeah, in fact it's given Ben a point. But let's see, so thermals first. So I think these are on...
We'll see where the cards get put down.
That's on Cad, so 1 damage on Cad. Now for Victor... Oh, just 1, so not going to be able to trigger the crit on Victor, but... Let's see. Yes, all 4 of them. Bye-bye, Bossk.
What are you talking about? Bossk is up the top there, he's far enough away.
Bye-bye, little Bossk.
Oh, little Bossk, right, yeah.
Baby Bossk.
What do you got? You got a... seriously, you got a damaged engine. Okay.
Ooh.
Cad got a hull breach, which, honestly, when you go down to 1 health, doesn't matter.
Who cares?
And Victor, I guess, was out of range?
No, Victor took the final shield, because he only took 1 shield.
Sorry, yes. Yes, he did. Cool.
Looking at it, the ideal would have been for Bossk not to have barrel rolled, accepted his fate, and then Sarasu would have cleared and could have barrel rolled away, and potentially...
Yeah.
But now is right in Victor's bullseye.
Seriously,
So-
does have elusive and hasn't used it yet.
Yeah.
And I guess you can stack elusive and Serasu's ability and just reroll 2 dice, right?
Yes, because it's friendly ship at 0 to 1, and you're obviously friendly to yourself.
I feel like we should be seeing more of Serasu on the board. That's a very good ability for, what, 4 points?
Yeah, 4 points. I think with Sarasu, one of the downsides, I don't think she has a huge loadout. Actually, she's got heavy laser cannon, elusive, and predator. She's, I think, 7-point loadout.
Serasu has a 12-point loadout.
12-point. Okay, I'm shutting up.
Yeah, that's a good little interceptor. Yeah, when they're not in the bullseye
Yeah.
and not being hit by a teammate's bomb.
Wow, yeah, 12 points of loadout. And you've got 2 talents. And you can potentially do 2 cannons as well.
Oh yeah, they got the weapon hard point. Yeah.
So you could... I mean, heavy laser cannon is 5 points, so... I forget. I was thinking it was 4, but it's not. It's 5 now, isn't it?
Not enough, I think. Or is it one damage goes through?
Oh, it's an ion.
Oh, it's ion.
So, yeah, it not got a bullseye, so go for that range 2 ion to try and guarantee the damage through. And does he try for the kill on Palob, or...
I think whilst you've got the bullseye, if you remember the ability, I think you go
Yeah.
for Serasu. Oh, he's going for Palob though.
Yeah, I still think that... Yeah, I think Sarasu would have been the better option.
I
4
guess Palob
dice.
is slightly more points at 5 overall.
Yeah.
And there is...
Oh,
Is there another bomb coming? Or is it just the... No, it's just the one.
so Palob does have 1 more proton bomb that he can
Okay,
drop.
I mean, that wouldn't be great.
It'd be a nice spot to
Drop
drop
it
it as well.
Ion forward and still be okay.
Yeah.
Also, Palob hasn't shot yet and has got the rear gun. So if you can take him
Yeah.
out, you might be able to save Cad.
Yeah, because you're denying a shot there. Let's see. Not like that.
Oh, that's... I mean, it could still happen.
It is like that.
It did happen.
And I think we already determined that Palob was just outside of range 1 of Sarasu, so couldn't re-roll. Ouch.
Well, there you go. But despite that, Cad is still only on 1 hull. Viktor is hurt, and we've seen Kavil do some big hits.
Yeah,
I assume Kavil goes for Viktor.
Cavil's is arc is obviously to the right. I think Kavil might have actually gone for Viktor a minute ago because he went first his I5, but
Yeah, I think we missed that.
yeah, there's a lot more damage into Kavil there though. He's down to 2 health.
It's presumably Bossk shooting, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that is.
And then we need to check for the middle. It looks like it's close enough.
Yeah, they just caught it. So 18 to 11 now in Ben's favour.
I mean, if Wes takes out Cad, that is what, 4 points?
4 points, yeah.
That's 4 points.
Yeah, Cad and Viktor. I think all of the rogues are 4, which is they're really good for 4 points. Really, really solid for 4 points. Yeah, Dirge, Cad, Viktor.
Lose a ship at this point.
Yeah, I think it's very tough.
Test it.
Yep, there we go. An aggressive 1 hard from Cad. Don't blame him. See if he can keep catching Sarasu. I'd say Bossk just stay still.
Yeah, I can see that. You know what? I would probably do contraband stop and just take a focus as well or something.
Oh yes, contraband stop would be good. And those rogues are ganging up on Serasu, giving her very few options there.
I think that makes sense for Ben. Like, they can take out Serasu, and Bossk is not going to go down to Kavil in at least one round. So there you go. There's stop. Didn't contraband, so just the stop.
Yeah.
And Kavil, I guess,
It's
just
hard.
Doing a hard turn. Okay.
Hard turning around.
I
Trying to keep within range of the objective.
Yeah. But does Kavil get this the side arc for the turret? I think
Still on side arc, yeah.
Probably yes.
Yeah, I'm very confident.
With Kavil, it's like I really need that turret shot.
Especially if you can manage a range 1 turret shot as well. It's just insane.
Yeah, we saw that earlier when it did. How much damage to Cad? 4?
Yes.
Like everything hit. Serasu not going to go down without a fight. Turns around, probably would take out Cad.
I think Serasu might just be in bullseye for. Oh, that's good. That's Kavil into Bossk, so that's a couple of shields. I honestly thought that. Yeah, I honestly thought that was Serasu into Cad then, which would have been amazing.
Oh no, there's no crit shield still.
Yeah. Oh, Serasu has the bullseye, so heavy laser cannon.
Fair enough. If you got it.
Does she have the bullseye? Sorry. I
don't know. I feel like that was a maneuver technique and not a range template.
Yeah. Oh, nothing there.
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, doesn't quite finish off Cad's health.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be it, unfortunately. But
missing that shot, probably gonna be it.
Taking out Cad wouldn't have guaranteed survivability, but would have made it a hell of a lot easier.
I mean, to be fair, Wiz did also have an extra round with Palob that probably shouldn't have had. I mean, again, it's a missed opportunity. It happens. It's not something that has to happen.
Ooh.
Although, good defense.
Oh, naddies. Ouch. That was...
I mean, if Serasu survives this, we're going another round, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because...
range 2?
I'm pretty sure Kavil is at range 2 still.
Oh. Roll. Only the one.
Oh.
Fades. Okay.
Okay, Serasu.
And then I guess Bossk desperately trying to finish off the elusive Serasu down there, but no, we'll go for.
I mean, I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to get that.
Bossk.
Oh, and that is all she wrote.
Okay.
Hit crit onto Kavil. That is it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Wes flew that well, got some good bomb placements, did really well with Serasu's positioning, but didn't have teeth like Ben's list had.
Yeah.
Like Dengar did okay, but when Bossk got into the fight, it was a bloodbath.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking that Bossk and Dengar need to be closer together to really like combo hard, and you can use those rogues to flank around because the rogues are really quite maneuverable, so they can come in from the side. And if you have those two heavy hitters, your opponent's then got to think, right, I don't really want to try and take on both of these at the same time, but I'm gonna have to, and you're just able to just counter it so much quicker. And also, I'm pretty sure
by having them side by side, I feel like the opponent goes, okay, I know if I shoot Dengar, he'll shoot back at me, so I will focus everything into Bossk and just melt down that 6 points instead.
Yeah.
So splitting them up saves effectively 6 points for a bit. But yeah, well played both of them.
Yeah, well played to both of them. Very fun game to watch, and well done, Ben, on your solid victory there. but Wes, we love that list as well. James, thank you for joining us for this Scum Off.
That's all right. It was a good one.
And guys, thank you also all for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.